Good morning. This is Leaning In with Ann. It's a live walk and talk that I do every weekday morning. I'm Ann Ferguson, and I am an author. I'm a creator. I'm an explorer today. We are going to talk today about what to do in this new loving behavior. Let's kind of go over it. We talked about knowing first what you would love, asking for what you would love, that's both to God and to others that are around, telling the absolute truth about what you would love. So when somebody goes, I don't know why that even matters, why do you care about that? I used to swallow that and not speak. But if I'm going to tell the truth, like this thing right here, I don't know why you wanted to go up there. Because I love to feel adventuresome. See, I'm telling the truth about something that I would love. All right, the next thing is clearly let others who are involved know of your expectations of them. Now, I have a big thing about expectations and anticipation. When I am creating my day, my year, my stuff, many, many times I will not have expectations because it doesn't allow the freedom of God to bring it to me in whatever way He thinks is best. So expectations and I are not, we're not tight. Let's put it that way. However, expectations of others when they're involved, clearly letting them know is a very, very loving behavior. Let me give you an example today. Last night, I knew that I was going to have to drive my son to work. And that makes it really tight to get on here. So I said, hey, I'm going to need the car. I said, I would love to leave at 8:30 tomorrow morning. All right? He's like, okay, that's actually the time that we're supposed to leave, but lots of times he leaves at like 8:45. He still gets to work by 9. But I said very clearly, 8:30, are you good with that? And he goes, yeah, that's okay. I went, all right, heads up, we're good. So, gets to be, and it was a clear conversation. I clearly said what I expected because he was involved, right? I expect to leave at 8:30. I got agreement. Is that okay? Guess what, guys? You guessed it. Boy was not ready at 8:30. 8:40 rolls around. My husband, bless his heart, is trying to help us. And he says something about, do you guys know what time it is? And he's not trying to be rough. He's just trying to help. But I had to say yes. And the comment there doesn't help. It actually causes me to feel more anxious and more frustrated. And that's not what I want to feel today. And he's like, okay. And we get in the car. And disappointment, frustration, bit of anxiety, exasperation. Those were the things that I was feeling. Also, unheard, dismissed, not important, don't matter. Is that what you feel? When you've been clear about your expectations and they have not actually done something for you or shown up in the way that they said? Yeah, it's very common. And it's part of navigating our human condition, right? I think that this is probably one of the reasons why we don't be clear about what we want. We do the immature, so this is emotional immaturity. I'm going to give you what that looks like. The emotional immaturity is to fling out there into the air, so I'm going to have to take the car tomorrow morning. And then being really mad that nobody cares enough about me to know that that means we have to leave at 8:30 in the morning. I mean, we've had this thing go down before. I've expressed that before. The reason why we don't get clear is because of what's on the back end when there's disappointment. Disappointment, did you hear me? Exasperation, frustration, bit of anxiety, all of those feelings. How many of you, thumbs up, have ever Not told somebody all the things, because if they don't know, then you can kind of excuse them for not knowing, right? But if they do know, that just means they're ignoring you. That just means that you don't matter. Yeah, it's kind of like what we talked about before, emotional behavior. We show instead of tell. And so we throw out there, we get all ready, and then to let people know that we're not happy, we get huffy, we get frustrated, we get a little bit angry, we kind of go, and we're not actually speaking. Anybody? Because I've so done that. I'm not speaking, I'm just exuding the emotion that I don't even know I'm feeling yet. So taking a moment to go, wait, what am I feeling? I felt it. I felt the anxiety. I felt the frustration this morning. Super fascinated that we were talking about expectations of others today, and God gave me this experience to share. So what I did was I calmed myself down and I said, okay, things are not turning out like I envisioned, right? I visioned what it would look like to get to the park on time and to set up. And I will tell you, if I had done that, I don't think I would have been here. But anyway, my vision this morning was changing, and it was out of my control. I was ready. My son was not. That's when it gets frustrating, right? When you're doing all the things and other people who are involved do not, you don't have any control over that. So I felt anxious. I felt like I was letting you all down. I felt disappointed. And I actually stopped. I was in my kitchen and I could feel it in my heart and in my body. And I actually stopped and said, what am I feeling right now? So that I could honor the fact that that's what was going on. Why? Because otherwise I try to get somebody else to honor it. And then when they don't, it makes me feel even more frustrated, angry, upset, depressed. Guess what, guys? No one else ever has to honor what you are feeling for it to be valid that you're feeling it. I'm going to say that one more time. No one ever has to validate what you are feeling for it to be true that it is what you're feeling. You are the only one who needs to validate it. You are the only one that needs to honor, I'm like rocking it human. I'm feeling when somebody lets me down, I feel frustrated. I feel out of control. I feel a bit anxious. Now, once I have those feelings, I go, is that what I would love? See how this training about doing your day, it's like always the same. Would I love to feel anxious, frustrated, taken for granted, dismissed? Is that what I would love to go into my day with? If not, what would I love? When you get good at this, it doesn't take very long. And I went, no, I want to keep this adventuresome thing going. Like I was already feeling kind of adventuresome this morning. I wanted to keep it going. So I'm like, okay, I can shift anything I need to. Any emotion I desire is only one memory away. And I've gotten so quick at it that I can retrieve the emotion without having to go back to a memory now. Because I know exactly what that emotion feels like in my body. It's really cool. Now, here's where I hear people do the yeah, but. You just gonna let that kid get away with not listening to you? Are you gonna just let him, like it doesn't matter? Guys, I totally used to do that. I still do at times where I shift something in myself because I'm super great at it. And no one even knows that I had any emotion about anything at all. See, I come off as always stable, balanced, sad sometimes, pretty authentic. But if you're gonna bother me, you're gonna do something, there's no judgment, there's no shame. And I'll be fine with it. It doesn't matter. Guess what? That creates more of the same. But the approach of talking with the other person when you're not feeling the frustration, the anger, the anxiety, the upset is the loving behavior. You can still feel it and talk to them. It's true. I just have found it's a little bit more productive for them when I'm not. Either way is fine. I could be really disappointed and saying, you know what, I'm really disappointed that you didn't get ready on time like I asked you. That's okay to say while I'm disappointed. It's possible it'll throw a little bit of shame his direction, or you could be shamed. I choose to do everything I can to keep shame out of my conversations and out of my world. Like I am a shame sniper. My good friend named herself the shame sniper. I love that. I was and am a shame sniper. I do not like it. So this is what I do. We got in the car and I showed him the time and I said, okay, like, do you remember that we were gonna get together at 8:30 today? And he kind of seems bewildered, lost. Guess what? Boy is ADD. He's like me. He forgets things. But I didn't want to just excuse that and let it go. I also didn't want to condemn him. So he says, oh, Mom, you're going to have to get gas too. Okay, you can feel it, right? Are you kidding me right now? Not only did we not get here on time into the car, but I have to get gas. So I felt that and I took a deep breath and went I'm envisioning like not even starting this till 9:30. And I said, hey, do you think there's enough gas to get you to work? He says, yeah, but you're gonna have to get gas pretty soon after. I'm okay. So I was writing the post right when all of this was going on. And that's why I went, hey, 9:15, that's when I'm starting this, because I get to choose that. I get to choose it. I already felt, he kind of felt that. Then I said, okay, I need to be really clear about something so that you understand that what you do has impact on somebody else. Do you remember that I said 8:30? And he kind of hangs his head and he goes, yeah. And I go, okay, do you know why that matters? He's like, I'm like, okay, so when I drop you off, I then run over to a park. And when I drop you off, I have very little time from our drop off until I am online. So I was trying to get a bigger buffer zone so I didn't feel rushed. And that's why I asked about 8:30. But now I am going to be late in that live that I do. And I said, I just want you to be aware that this had impact on me today. So moving forward, when I say 8:30, I would love us to be ready at 8:30 because I'd like you to be aware of me and what's happening. Are you good? And he's like, I'm good. That, to me, felt very loving. There was no weirdness on the way to driving. I wasn't mad. To show him, see, the madness and the anger and the pissosity without any conversation is that emotional immaturity showing up. Because it's, I'm going to show you that I'm angry and I'm hoping that you're going to pick this up and you're going to understand you're wrong and you're going to fix it and you're never going to do it again. So when something like that happens again, it's like, oh my gosh, this happens every time. Why are you so insensitive to me? I could do that. Or I could have clear expectations. Hey, 8:30. That's when I would love to leave. I might remind him this next time, give a little bit more clarity, because I have to get you to work, get over to a park, and get set up for my live. Are you willing to support me and help me get that all done on time? Yes. Okay, is there anything that I need to do to help you support me? Now we're in mature conversation. The reason why we don't do mature conversation is that we believe that the other person is responsible for your emotional state. See, if, ready? These are the conversations. Guys, I've totally had these myself. So this is my own awareness coming in. I have totally gone, look, if you had done this, then I would have done this and I wouldn't have been upset. You, right, make me upset. He didn't make me anything. We're going to go on this again. You guys have heard it before. Let's all say it together. No one can make you feel anything. If we had that superpower, we would make everyone feel loved, supported, spiritual, connected, joined, safe, happy. That's what I would do with that superpower. So, knowing that, my son did not make me anxious or frustrated. The situation was, I was late. And I felt something about being later than I wanted to be. And because he is not responsible for making me feel anything, I am responsible for making me do everything. I can say, is this what I would love to feel? I change my emotion. It's called emotional literacy. And it's also called emotional autonomy. I get to choose in any given moment how I would love to respond to anybody else. You get to choose in any given moment how you would love to respond to other people as you're feeling something. I hope that is helpful to you. I really, really do. And everybody, we're going to keep talking about this because loving behavior is going to generate love. My vision is for joyfulness, love, emotional maturity, relationships to be increased, both my own and for anybody in my space. Okay, that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for being here and all of your support and your words. I truly cherish you. And I really, really love every morning when I get to just get up and talk. All right, that is it. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Okay, see ya.